but I urge everyone in Hurricane Milton's path to follow all safety instructions as we head to the next 24 hours. It's literally a matter of life and death.
A matter of life and death, and too late to leave, as right now a monster of a storm, Hurricane Milton, roars ashore on Florida's Gulf Coast just south of Tampa Bay, bringing with it life-threatening storm surge, punishing winds, rising floodwaters, and tornadoes, even on the other side of the state. And as we continue with this breaking news here, with the hurricane officially making landfall as a Category 3, the vast majority of counties in Florida have declared a state of emergency, with search and rescue teams in position to act once the worst of the storm passes. Though it is going to be a long night from Fort Myers to north of Miami. We've already seen those tornadoes cause serious damage. The governor saying some 19 have touched down, with power outages now ticking past the 600,000 mark. That number set to essentially explode. Once again, we want to get right to Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino with an update. Matt?
All right, David, thank you very much. Yes, Milton has made landfall just south of Tampa, between Tampa and Sarasota. The eye is moving inland. The eye is a lot broader than it was a couple days ago, but there's still some really wicked weather moving through the Tampa Bay, St. Pete area right now. And you can see this rain shield on the northwest quadrant of the hurricane is still yet to pass on shore. So they're not done. And even though this storm is now moving inland, it is going to wreak havoc across the entire Florida peninsula. You mentioned the tornadoes earlier. Those are still possible overnight tonight and again during the day tomorrow. And the storm surge will follow this storm inland for a few more hours, with high tide yet to come later on tonight. So where the blue is here, that's where we're getting the heaviest rainfall, right between St. Pete, Tampa Bay, Tampa, the Bay, and down to Bradenton and Sarasota. And the winds have just been ferocious, especially around those tornadoes. We had a gust of 92 miles an hour earlier in the day over on the East Coast. Here's a bit wider view for a little more perspective. The rain shield now reaching southern Georgia, and this northeastern part of Florida will also experience a strong storm surge as low pressure to the southwest draws in the water from the Atlantic onshore there. So we've got the storm surge warning until Saturday night, okay? That's a long, long run for that. And then this area here over Tampa Bay, that is an excessive wind warning out, kind of like a tornado warning, but for a hurricane for this entire area around Tampa Bay. So it is brutal there right now. The winds will gradually diminish later on tonight, but the rain continues and the storm surge continues. And the wind pattern, that's the tropical storm force wind, diameter about 400 miles, covering most of Florida. The storm surge will be heaviest south of where it made landfall as the water piles up. So the biggest threats, the dangerous storm surge continuing, and on the East Coast, not just the West Coast. Tornadoes again tomorrow are possible. And then inland, not to be left out. This is going to be an inland problem too, with flash flooding. David?
I just did a double take on those warnings until Saturday to confirm it is in fact still Wednesday right now. Thank you, Matt.